I'm on a quest to find music and art. Supporting local talent is the place I start. Yeah, this is our culture, the place to be. Games, books, arts and crafts and jewelry. This the guardians of the geekery. 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 And now for today's episode of Guardians of the Geekery with your hosts, Matt, Carol, and Joey.
Oh my goodness, this is a very fun edition of the Guardians of the Geekery podcast featuring one of our awesome vendors, Moments in Tea for the Geekery Market, coming at you on Saturday, November 15th, 2025 edition at the Cabarrus Arena and Event Center. Hey, it's completely free. All we do ask for you to please do is bring a canned good or non-perishable food item for Second Harvest, our charity of choice once again. And then there's over 3,000 parking spaces. So plenty of room for you, the family, everybody to come and enjoy the day. Lots of events and of course, awesome folks. And this is something, Joey, you were mentioning it before we started the podcast, but this is right up our esteemed Carol the Cat's alley, if you will, since she's got cats there. That's what I was thinking of, alley. But Carol is a tea enthusiast. Might be addicted. Yeah, she's a junkie. Let's
Look, it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be meth.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll take tea anytime,
meth,
won't we?
Tea. We'll go with tea. It's good.
We'll go with tea.
So,
yes.
And this is not your first time with us, but it's your first time with us at Cabarrus Arena.
Yeah.
So there will be people there that have not seen you, and they may have known you previously as KTs, but now you're Moments in Tea. So
yes.
Oh, I know you. Yeah. Sorry. Well, no. I knew her face before we were chatting, but I was like, I wasn't connecting that. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kathryn and Ed and I met back in 2019.
Yes.
It was the last year that we were at a Noah's Event Center, maybe 2019, 2018. And you had come 2019 and had come by. And boy, that was a great venue. But this venue, as far as space inside, is just so much better. But
yeah, as far as
navigation, by and they were trying to check it out and figure out if this was going to be an event. And you have been with us a few times, and then and now you're back, and we're so excited. So yay! So tell us a little bit about Moments in Tea and how you got started, and the kind of stuff that people can expect when they stop by your booth. So.
Well, I should have prepared a short form of the story since we only have 20 minutes.
We'll give you 21 minutes. It's fine.
Okay, good. Thank you. Oh, such a help. So generous. No, I've always liked tea, even though, strangely enough, hi. Even though I can't say why. I didn't have I didn't grow up with my grandmother and me always having tea parties or anything like that. I just, somewhere along the line, I realized I loved tea. I loved the beverage. I loved the ritual. I loved the hospitality, the spirit of it, everything. And right after we moved down here from Virginia, our daughter got engaged. And I was going back up to Virginia to help her plan the wedding. And she took me to a tea room that had opened up right after we moved away.
Oh.
You know,
isn't that always the way? It's always
isn't
the
it?
way.
Isn't it though? Yes. And I fell in love with it. And I joked to the owner that I was going to come home and open a tea room so I would have it to hang out at. And she said, well, that's why that one got started, because she had grown up in the Philippines and learned Asian tea ceremonies. Then the family moved to Canada, where they do the British tea every afternoon. And then she moved to Richmond, Virginia, and looked for a tea room to hang out at, and there wasn't one, and hence hers was born. So I came home and told Ed, I'm going to open a tea room. Joke, joke, haha. And he was like, Okay.
Why not?
Why not?
Oh,
And several times over the months, I was ordering tea from these people. And every time I ordered tea, I'd say, "Oh, yeah, I got to open a tea room." And he'd be like, "Why not?" And somewhere along the line, I realized he was serious. And we started looking into it. And originally, we were going to do a tea room because that was the only way we knew to have a tea business. Then we started to think, let's not overreach. Um, we were starting with a website because, of course, even what is it, 17 years ago, you needed to have a website if you were going to be a business. And we thought, let's start out with the website and build our way up to having a tea room. And in the meantime, we attended some industry conferences, and we ended up talking to a lot of people who said, tea room is a restaurant at the end of the day. If you don't want to get into the restaurant business, don't do a tea room. A lot of them had been tea room owners and had closed them down.
Yeah.
And so
Or
we,
went bankrupt.
or went bankrupt. So
Mhm.
we thought, okay, good, we'll just stick with the website. And for years that we were the website, and that was it. And then we discovered that because we used to go to conventions all the time before life got in the way, but it never occurred to us that
To be a vendor.
that we could go back to the conventions as vendors instead of simply attendees, until we went to a convention with some friends of ours who have a gaming business, and they invited me to bring teas to sell out of their booth. And I was stunned. People were like, "You have tea?" And so that was when we came back and started looking for places that we could go out and meet people and present our teas in person. And that at that event that Joey mentioned
Was one of the first
was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we checked that out,
Oh.
and the rest is history.
and other conventions in an ever increasing circle from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
I first
and
saw you at
since
Con Carolinas.
yeah, so
I
they've
know
been
you
Oh,
did
yeah.
Con Carolinas for a long time, and I think well, I did programming there for a long time as well, and I think that's the first time I saw your booth was Con Carolinas.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
and then
and
Congregate as well, and I've
Yeah.
seen you at
Yes.
some other ones. So yeah.
and it's so nice because I'm not a coffee drinker. I am exclusively tea,
Mm-hmm.
and you get coffee at cons, but it's rare to find tea
Yes.
because America's the coffee
Right.
place,
Right.
but man, it is so nice when I come across a tea booth and it's like, oh yeah, okay, I know I have like 50 varieties at home, but one more won't hurt.
You always need more, right?
One, two more won't hurt.
And so one of the things that's unique about you is that although you're not like growing the herbs in your backyard or in your front yard or wherever, you are curating them. So you are
Yes.
So talk a little bit about the curation process and how you determine what teas you're going to sell and what teas you're going to put together and all that kind of stuff.
Right. We attended the World Tea Expo every year for the first few years that we were in business, and that's how we met the people who became our suppliers. We built relationships with them. We learned that we could trust them. We found out how they did things. They worked with the tea farms and the tea plantations, and we knew that they were making sure that the workers, were properly treated, and that all the conditions were right, and that we could trust the product that they brought in. And then we would try the product. We would get their products and try them out ourselves and decide which ones we wanted to share with everybody.
Oh.
And we're still doing it that way. So
And it's not just tea, although tea is wonderful, and feel free to show us some of the different flavors that you're planning to bring to the market, but it's also tea accessories too, because sometimes if you are a coffee drinker like I am,
yes,
you decide you're going to try the world of tea, you don't know, like, what do I need? I'm always about, okay, what stuff do I need to get this done, and how do you do it in a pot versus on the stove versus, whatever, there's so many different options. So
Yes. And we have a variety of infusers because most of our teas are loose leaf. That's a good point I should have brought up already. Thank you for for leading me to that. And we have various ways that people can infuse loose leaf teas. A lot of people know tea balls. We have some tea balls. We also have this little pincer spoon that's like a tea ball, but it's shaped like a spoon and has the holes so that you can steep the tea with it. We have little bags that you can make your own tea bag. You can spoon the tea leaves in, set that down in your cup, and then take it out when it's done steeping. We have strainers. If you like to let the tea leaves be free in the water while it's steeping, then you can pour into your cup through the strainer, and it will catch the leaves, and you have the beverage leaf free in your cup. We have a variety of ways you can do it.
yes, sometimes you want the tea without the twigs and berries. So
Right, exactly.
And
The little tea dregs don't hurt anybody though.
yeah.
Right.
gives you fiber in your diet, right?
Right, yes. You can get fiber with tea, yes.
So I know you showed us a couple of bags that you had before we started, but what flavors do you have with you and what are some flavors that you plan to bring to the market? Or
Okay.
varieties? I don't know, is flavor the right word, Carol?
She's
Well,
pulling those over. I think we average anywhere between 35 and 40 varieties of tea for every event we go to. And the number can vary a little bit because sometimes our suppliers say, hey, you ordered this last time, but that particular harvest didn't come out so well this year, and we don't like the quality. So we suggest looking at some of these other newer varieties. So some of it's always changing up, and some of it's old favorites we get year after year.
And sometimes it's just, especially these days in the last few years, I run into supply chain issues. My suppliers run into supply chain issues. And so that's why we don't always have all of the same teas all of the time. But we try and we do a pretty good job. What I brought with me just to hold up for the podcast is I have a black bag and I have a bronze bag because we are in transition. We are moving towards using the bronze bags, but we still have a lot of teas in the black bags. So people are going to see both. So I wanted to show off that you're going to see both of these. As for what's in these, this one is a chai tea. We actually have 3 different chai blends because there are lots and lots of chai blends. And so we like chai tea a lot. So we picked out 3 different blends. It was hard to limit ourselves to those 3. This one happens to be an herbal. It's actually not tea. It's lemongrass and peppermint leaf and papaya leaf and a variety of other things. It's a caffeine-free herbal. We like to have some sort of caffeine-free available for the people who are sensitive to it, or like us, we drink tea all morning long.
Yeah.
We would keep drinking it all day long, except we'd be up all night.
Yeah.
So in the afternoons, we drink something called rooibos, which is another herbal. It's its own plant. It's not the Camellia sinensis plant that is tea. It grows in South Africa. It has the polyphenols, the antioxidants that you're always hearing about for tea. Rooibos has that too, but the plant is naturally caffeine free. So it doesn't even have to be decaffeinated. There's no caffeine there to start with.
And I think
so
people
we drink
don't
a
realize.
lot of rooibos in the afternoons.
I think people don't realize that tea is one plant. Green tea, white tea, black tea, it's all the same plant. It's just how it's treated after it's how it's processed.
Precisely. Of course, we call the others tea because you infuse them in hot water like you do tea, but they're not really tea. For us purists.
I mean, I still call it herbal tea, even though I know I was like, I know this doesn't have tea
Like I
in it.
said, we
But
all do. Yeah.
yeah.
We just rehosted our website in recent months. And it will give us the ability to put together videos, demonstrations of how
How to
brew tea
steep,
different
yeah.
ways,
Mm-hmm.
all kind of different things that we plan on doing with it in the next year or so.
Nice.
That's
Especially
cool. That's
now
really
I
cool.
have more free time because I just retired at the end of June. So
Oh,
Hey,
congratulations.
I'm now a
congratulations.
full-time employee of KT's Moments in Tea. So.
That
Yeah.
would be
You
called
also
being
have
a
a
retirement failure, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
because you also have a
Well,
side
that and my
project.
other full-time job, writing. So
Yes, well, that's what we were, Carol just
Yeah.
brought that up. So, yeah, for being retired, you've been awfully busy over there, Ed. So,
Because you just published a book.
Yes.
I did. Publisher
And
is
that-
Space Wizard Science Fantasy, who also usually
You're gonna
attends
have to
Con
look there.
Carolinas.
Yep, they'll have they'll have a table there so you can pick that up. And we did just actually
it
do
just
a
released
story
this
on the
Tuesday
website.
of this week, which was yesterday. So it's out on Amazon, and there's also a ebook version of it out there.
Oh, great.
It's called The New Beginning. It's good old-fashioned space opera science fiction.
Oh,
Okay.
now we got to
Publisher
ask
actually
you
called
the
it
important.
something between Star Trek and Babylon 5. So
Yeah, so we got to
Cool.
ask you two quick
Oh.
questions. Like Star Trek, is there any Earl Grey tea in the book?
so far, funny you should mention that. I'm already working on book 2. This is going to be a 5-book series. So I'm already working on book 2, which I hope will come out next year. And I just happened to recently write a scene where a character comes back to the cabin, and his husband hands him a cup of herbal tea. And the reason
Okay.
he's drinking tea is this particular character is staying off the wagon.
Staying off the,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's trying
He's-
to not
he's
drink
on the
alcohol
wagon.
anymore.
He's trying not to fall off the wagon.
Try not to
Comes
fall
up
off
with a
the
very
wagon.
trying day, and he offers him some tea. I think that's the first time it's before.
Yes. But we will have Earl Grey at the Geekery market. That's one of the
Nice.
teas that we will have.
And didn't
Oh,
you
we-
have a Star Trek mug over there, or was that Star Wars? I saw one of
Well,
them.
There was
we
one
had
of each.
both.
We have
We
both.
had
Oh,
Star
there you go.
Trek and we had Star
Awesome.
Wars.
Yay.
And these are just examples of some of the themed mugs that we'll have for all the geeks.
Now, what would be ideal is starting to, like, if you're a hobbit, this is the type of tea you might like.
Oh my
Versus
goodness.
if you're a Trekkie, you're gonna want your Earl Grey or your chocolate sundae, depending on if you're
Yes.
Fry or Luke Picard, right? So Jean-Luc. But yeah, like, what kind of tea would Chewbacca drink? Like,
There you go.
I have ideas for everybody so that I don't have to fulfill them. I just hand
There
them
you
out freely. They go forth and sell more at the Geekery market. So, but
right.
yeah, no, I know when I first started with tea, I did not know how to drink it. I did not come from a household where people drank tea, and I did it so wrong. I let it steep far too long. I squeezed every little bitter drop out of the first bag. I tried to add a bunch of milk and a bunch of honey, thinking that would make it better. Just no concept of tea. And now I've slowly started to learn. I get fascinated by those ASMR tea making videos where somebody has like the glass tea and it's got the magnet,
the
it drops it, or it's a flower that opens.
flowering tea. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All those different kind of things. And so, of course, because Carol likes tea and I'm still a coffee drinker, but I will drink tea. I enjoy tea, but I'm like, okay, Carol, I'm buying you this tea.
I'll just get
You have
random
it at
tea
your
in the
house
mail.
with your 3 cats that are going to crawl all around and knock it off for you. But
Yeah. Or try and get the tea bags depending on what's inside the tea bags, because this one here, she loves my tea drawer because there is one in there that has catnip in it.
Oh.
So I have to lock the drawer or she'll drag all my tea out.
Be careful also of any teas with mint in them.
Yep.
because it's from the same family as
Yeah, I
catnip.
generally don't do mint because it's just not a flavor that I really like. But yeah, I do have a couple that have like a little bit of catnip in it. And this one here, I've had to lock cabinets because of her, because she has
Oh
just
my goodness.
destroyed boxes of tea.
If you are an audio listener, you need to mark the time on your podcast and go and look at the audio, because if you could see the face that cat was
Video.
making if we're talking about
She's
locking the
Artemis.
drawer.
She's
So
Artemis. So she, yeah,
Yes.
she did not like the locks, the child locks that I put on her cabinets. Did you? Yeah.
she's
Why'd
like,
you do
no.
that, mommy?
As we
But
do at
I'm
a lot
one of those heathens
conventions.
that
I'm
I
sorry.
leave the tea in the water the entire time. I'm one of those heathens. I like it bitter. So the stronger and the
Oh,
more
okay.
bitter.
I think
My
it was the
mother did
fact that
that all the
I
time.
left it and I squeezed it. Had I not
Okay.
squeezed it, like I literally almost like ripped the bag squeezing it, because
Oh.
I had seen people do that, and yeah, that was not because I used to be part of a singing group. We would travel around to different churches and stuff and sing it, and we would always end up staying in somebody's home, which is always an awkward thing as a girl anyway. But we stayed at there was 3 or 4 of us, and we stayed at this one woman's house, and she got up in the morning and she decided to go for her walk. So then we were left feeling awkward, but also needing caffeine for like it, it's like we gotta go sing, but we need to do that. And she had left tea on the table, and I was like, I was trying to pour honey in it. I had left it steep too long. I was like, I'm not doing any of this, right? So thankfully they stopped at a Dunkin' Donuts along the way, and I was fine. But since then I've learned to really enjoy tea, especially, as you learn more about it, about the white versus the green versus the regular black tea, and what that means, and how to, it's just kind of like drinking coffee the first time, but at a different level, because you have to learn how to, like, what makes something bitter, what makes something sweet, what makes something caffeinated, and kind of learning all of that. So know that if you stop by Moments in Tea, you could take a moment and be educated, right? So
There you
and
go.
and Kathryn's always willing to share her knowledge and advise you, because you've tried them all. You're not just buying them and putting them on your shelves.
Right.
Like even if you go to some of these novelty gift shop places, they just like buy a selection and stick it on the shelves and have no concept. These have all been tasted, investigated, determined which ones are going to be good. So I think that's one of the valuable parts of the curation and the study that you've done. So
That's what I was going to say, is that's why we call ourselves curators,
Mhm.
because we do check it all out before we share it.
yeah,
And what led to
I
the new
think Carol
name,
would
Moments in
volunteer.
Tea, too.
I'm sorry,
Well,
Ed,
I'll
what did you
definitely be
say?
spending.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be spending money there this year. So
One sale down. And what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just saying that's kind of what led to our rebranding as Moments in Tea, because we want to educate the consumer. We want them to really enjoy tea and make your own moment in tea, whatever that might be. It doesn't have to be a fancy British ceremony or a Japanese tea ceremony. It can be whatever you want it to be.
That's awesome.
that
That's
is
awesome.
awesome.
Well, how can people find you if they want to check out your items before the market, so that they can start making their little wish list of what they want when they
Yes.
stop by?
Yes. Well, we have the website. Where we started out, we were just e-commerce, and we still do have the website. It's momentsint.com. For anybody that remembers KTs, we still have ktsonline.com. It points to Moments in Tea now.
Okay.
We do that too. If they go to that old market name that we used to
Yeah.
have, it goes
Yeah.
to market.
That shall not be said.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
So yeah, so that's one way. Pardon me. We well, let's see, if you're not seeing us in person, that's probably the best way. We are trying, like he said, we're we're putting together a new website. It is operational, but it's still under construction.
It's
And
kind of bare bones right now.
right.
Yeah.
And we are trying to set up a pre-order pickup at a Geekery Market option.
Oh.
But if somebody's shopping around on the site and wants to pre-order and they don't see that option, they can email us and let us know that they want to pre-order, and I will help them do that. The email address is still the old name. It's KTEAS Online, KTEAS Online @gmail.com.
Okay.
So they can,
We'll have all of that in the
email
show
us
notes.
to pre-order.
Your
And
email address is the next thing on my checklist.
right.
Or the
So, but we-
contact us. So we'll definitely put the website in the show notes, and you can
Yeah.
click on the contact us, and
oh
it-
yes.
and then
Mhm.
they can message you. And remember, market math. I'm going to say this every single episode, but if you go ahead and pre-order and pay for it with Kathryn and Ed ahead of time, then when you get to the market, it's like you've got free money because you've already paid for it. So now you
Yeah.
can put money that's in your pocket now and buy even
We'll
more
definitely
stuff
put
you
it
didn't know
aside.
that you wanted.
Right.
Like Ed's book, which of course you're going to buy all the copies at their booth and sell out. So
Right. Well, and actually, speaking of that, we have gone ahead and added the book to the Moments in Tea website. So you can go in the books category
Oh.
and you can
Awesome.
pre-order his book if you want to. But he will have books at Geekery Market, and his publisher will be at Geekery Market.
So if I run out, he'll have some more too.
Right. So
Yeah.
So you can
we're
get,
covered.
yeah, and of course you're going to pick out a tea that would make sense to drink while reading Ed's
While
book,
reading,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's co-branding. Come on now.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And if if you buy a tea, maybe one of the tea bags will have a QR code for the ebook. You never know. I'm just throwing that out. At least the first chapter or two, so you can check it out. So they just come out my mouth.
You just come up with, yeah.
Yeah, it's the caffeine. We won't talk about that. Well, thank you so much, Kathryn. And we've been friends for years. So glad to see your progress over the years. So happy to be able to show you the beautiful new Cabarrus Arena event. You will be like, elbow room. I have knee room. I have, toe room, whatever you need. 10-foot aisles. It's a beautiful thing. I just go in and go, oh, so much room to wander. Yeah, so definitely make sure to check them out. Stop by, get Ed's book, get a sign, get a curated tea assortment from them, and then you can have all your books, whether it be Ed's plus all the ones from the other authors that are there, and you could have your pile of books and your bags of tea, and you will be set for the winter.
Books and tea. I mean, come on.
It's-
Perfect
Yeah.
pairing.
It is
Exactly.
absolutely. It is
Exactly.
absolutely.
All right. Well, listen, thank you guys so much for being on the
Thank
episode. We
you.
look forward to see you in a few weeks. And make sure you go to check them out at geekerymarket.com, my friends. So see you next time.
That was an episode of Guardians of the Geekery. Thank you for listening. Check us out at guardiansofthegeekery.com and stay tuned for more content.